Resume.
These problems when they can. Listen, it'll be wonderful. You can.
Very good.
Alrighty, we're going to call this meeting to order, please. Commissioner Thomas, I think you need to show off that jacket a little bit more and lead us in the invocation and pledge, please.
Please join me. Father, we're thankful to be here today. Just ask you to be present with us and guide our hearts and our minds and our actions. Just may we all have a heart for the community that we serve. We ask a special protection over our first responders and our military at home and abroad. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I have the agenda, please?
Motion to approve.
Have a motion.
Madam Chair, we have one add-on, ratification of a disposal of county property, which can be added onto consent if that's the will of the board.
Okay. You want to do the motion?
Yep, approved with the add-on. Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Jessica, any citizens to be heard? None? We're going to move right into awards and presentations. Capital Area American Red Cross, Kendra Light and Wayne Mayo, and someone else here.
Good evening. My name is Kendra Light, and I serve as a board member with the American Red Cross. And I'll let you.
Hey, good afternoon. My name is Wayne Mayo. I'm also serving the American Red Cross for the Capital Area Chapter.
And I'm Lisa Brown, and I am a volunteer with the Red Cross.
Hi. So, let me get this here. All right, so thank you all for having us here tonight. We're just here to tell you a little bit more about the Red Cross and how we serve and some more ways that we could possibly do some collaborations together. So the American Red Cross prevents and alleviates human suffering in the face of emergencies by mobilizing the power of volunteers and the generosity of our donors.
And I'll just add, one of the things that we wanted to communicate while we're here is really just to introduce, who we are. Everybody's heard of the Red Cross, but who are we in our community? And I say ours because we live and work and play and have families in the Tallahassee, Leon County, Big Bend, Wakulla County areas. So many of my friends are down here. And so this is very something personal to my heart. And so while we are reading the mission statement of Red Cross Abroad, we also want you to understand kind of what that means for our community here. And while you can read, we just kind of want to reiterate, the American Red Cross, through its strong network of volunteers, donors, and partners, is always there in times of need. We aspire to turn compassion into action so that all people affected by disasters in our communities across the county and around the world receive care, shelter, and ultimately hope. Our communities are ready and prepared for disasters. We're going to talk about that a little bit. That everyone in our country has an access to safe, life-saving blood and blood products. Many people don't know that Red Cross is one of the largest food banks in the world, blood banks in the world. All members of our armed services and their families find support and comfort wherever needed. And in an emergency, there are always trained individuals nearby ready to use the Red Cross skills to save lives.
So just as an example of that, here are the numbers for Wakulla County for the Red Cross. And so we have served with 13 events here in Wakulla County over the past year since July 1st. We have helped 21 clients, and that includes during Blue Skies for anything from fire help to help with natural disasters. And we provided $5,700 in assistance. And in the most recent storm, where we had the tornadoes that hit, several homes were impacted here in Wakulla County, including one that was completely destroyed. And the Red Cross has already provided financial assistance for that family and is continuing to provide case support for them for long-term support and recovery. So that's really exciting. And I'd like Lisa to talk a little bit more about her experience with that too.
Yeah, so I think it's really important for you guys to understand what happened when the storms came through. Emergency operations notified me. Actually, Commissioner Kemp also sent me some addresses for folks that were in trouble. And when I tell you, I drove up and watched a woman who the top floor of her home was falling over as they were removing the tree. And she was broken. I mean, she was completely broken standing there. And to be able to give her a gift card, a debit card, and say, you can now have a safe place to stay tonight. You can have food to eat this evening, and dog food. She had a big old dog. She got dog food for her dog. That was incredibly powerful, and very, almost a little bit life-changing for me, but I want you to know that is happening on the ground right here in Wakulla County right now, and it's huge. And the other thing I want to kind of mention is we glazed over the part about military support for military families, and my son was just deployed to Thailand, and before he left, he looked at me and he said, "Mama, don't forget, if anything happens, call the Red Cross, don't call the Army." And I just want to take a second to acknowledge Kendra just found out a few minutes ago that her son, he got his assignment today. So it's a big deal for both of us to be able to be that contact for families. So it's bigger than most people think. I know when I first connected with the Red Cross, it was a big deal to learn all those dynamics and ways that we support this community. And so being here and this being my home and being able to go and see people and help them in that way is so powerful. I really cannot tell you enough about what that experience was like during these last storms. It was huge. So.
And I want to say thank you, Lisa, too, because what you know, I called Lisa right off the bat, and bam, she had help just like that, like within 15, 20 minutes, and she was calling me back already. So thank you very much. And she knew it off the top of the head, just like she didn't have to read it. And she's like, I got it, take care of it, and then gave me information. I drove over there and was able to give some more information. I think Lisa was able to help them. So thank y'all very much.
We'll keep going here, and thank you for your service, Lisa. And, it kind of brings to the next thought here. Whenever we are, have a what we call a gray skies event, now it's blue skies, but we want to be Red Cross ready. And if you're like me, if you're like Lisa and Kendra, you want to be able to help your neighbor. And one thing I've figured out, having been through quite a number of these, is that you can't help your neighbor unless you've taken care of your family first. And we really stress the Red Cross ready mentality, because I can't leave my home and go serve in the capacity with the Red Cross unless I've taken care of my family. And you do most of that work now during blue skies. And so we wanted to share with your community and provide resources that you can continue to share through the Red Cross website, where you could go on, find the list of, it'll just kind of give you a head start on what you might need when there's an emergency, how to stock your own pantry, how to stock your own medical care, and the items that you might need in a gray sky event. And so that will ensure that you and those of you in the community that want to be able to help your neighbor, that your families take care of with the preparation that you've done already. Just a heads up, you all know this, we have tax-free days. That's a great time for folks to get out and buy the items that they might need to be ready for an event.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rain. So in addition to that, something to keep in mind that the Red Cross provides is we provide services for businesses. So we will come into your business and do training on how your business can be ready and how your business can take care of their employees. In the storm, we also do first aid and CPR training. So that is a service that we can provide for businesses. So please reach out and contact us with that. And then for the school system. So we provide a program called Prepare with Pedro, which is a fantastic program. It's been nationally recognized. We go into the school systems and we do great activities with kids, and studies show that in a time of disaster, kids carry a lot of anxiety and there's a lot of mental health struggles there. And so the studies show that when they have activities and hands-on ability to feel like they are helping their families be prepared and they know what's going on, that reduces that anxiety greatly. And so they get together, they get to decorate a pillowcase that we provide, and they fill that pillowcase with different emergency supplies and then a couple of trinkets that are special to them, and they feel ready. And so that is something that we provide as well, and you can reach out. We can put that together within your schools, churches, or any other programs where you have children. And next slide. All right, so some other ways to get involved with us at the Red Cross is sign up to volunteer. So this is a big one, promoting access to volunteers. So the reason why we are able to mobilize so quickly when these storms happen is that we have volunteers, and local volunteers are critical to our mission. So people like Lisa who are able to reach out, who are boots on the ground, who can tell us where to look when something like this happens, because we don't always know to check down that road because there's one or two homes down that might be covered by trees. And so local volunteers are critical to our mission and being able to help. So you can go to redcross.org and sign up to volunteer, and we're happy to provide resources to disseminate that throughout the community. Making blood donations, so the Red Cross is a huge supplier of the nation's blood. Signing up for classes, we have everything from swim classes to first aid and CPR, all kinds of things. We have preparedness classes for everything from disasters to fire readiness as well. We also install smoke alarms for free and do home fire preparedness programs for families individually for free, and for businesses. And you can download the Red Cross app. So I can tell you from personal experience, when the tornadoes came through in Leon County, I didn't get the Leon County notification, but the Red Cross notification came through on my phone. And so there's a Red Cross app that will notify you and your family in the event of severe weather, and it works really, really well. So, and with that, I think that's about everything. Did you guys have anything to add, or?
You did great.
I would just say, if we need to, after the meeting, to provide any contact information either for the three of us or anybody at our chapter, just information for you to disseminate to your constituents, we'd be happy to provide that.
Thank you. Is Miss Sharon still with you guys?
Definitely, that's what I would ask.
Yeah. We all did a great job, but please tell her we missed her, okay? She's here every year.
Yes, absolutely.
And thank both of y'all for your son's services.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a big one for me today.
Where's he going?
So he actually was recruited to Navy Special Forces. So that was the big news that we got today.
Go Navy. I'm Navy too.
Oh, wonderful. He needs to get with you and get some pointers. So yeah, but Sharon does send her happy. They're still working on the DR in Tallahassee. So we have they're managing the DR with volunteers from all over the country still. They're coming in and doing disaster assessments and getting assistance out up there. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, we're going to move on into consent.
Motion proposed. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. No consent items full for discussion. General business.
Just moving quickly this evening. Item number 8 this evening is a request for the board to select one at-large member to serve on the Parks Advisory Board and adopt by resolution. Currently, you have a number of different applicants that are requested to, are interested in serving on this board. Miss Elizabeth Carter is currently serving in that seat, and she has also expressed interest in continuing to serve.
I would nominate Liz Carter.
A nomination and a second for Ms. Carter. Any other discussion?
We need the motion to include the reappointment of the other positions.
Yes, that's correct.
You going to change your motion, about Chuck?
Yes. I'll change my motion to include the appointment of the other commissioners.
Okay. And keep Ms. Carter.
Yes.
Okay. Going to second that?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Goodness gracious, is that clock right? No public hearings. No planning and zoning. No commissioner agenda items. County attorney? Nothing?
County Administrator?
County administrator, something?
Don't forget, for the public and you guys, June 11th, 6:30, Community Center is our infrastructure meeting. Update on past and future infrastructure needs. We'd like as many people to show up to the public as possible, so that's it.
Is this where we have the boards and all of the parks and all of those magic things on the trifold?
We're going to do it a little differently this year.
Okay,
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah.
That's all you had to say to me?
That's it.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Any citizen be heard, Jess? Oh, gosh. Okay, discussion issues by commissioners. I'll start with Commissioner Hess.
Well, we've got a lot of time to discuss things.
We have all night, actually.
So, I've been looking at, it really bothers me the amount of money we're spending to put on sewer for existing houses. Basically, it's $50,000 per house to convert a septic tank system to a sewer system in these developments. It seems to me with inside the priority focus areas of the BMAP, we should go ahead and require either sewer or advanced septic so we don't have that outflow from our taxes for fixing those problems in the future. We still have all the ones we still have to fix that are out there, but we shouldn't allow any additional in those areas that the state, funds the conversion. We shouldn't allow any additional standard septic tanks in those areas.
But didn't we just discuss this, that DEP is looking at doing that?
DEP is looking at updating the requirements in the BMAP. The last time we explored making modifications to our septic tank requirements in the comp plan, DEP asked us to hold off until they make these next round of changes with the updated BMAP. So that's why the board hasn't done anything. We've talked about it a few times, but we're holding tight.
So you think DEP wouldn't want us to increase our protection prior to their decision?
So previously, we tried to align our policies with that to mirror exactly what the state requires in the BMAP, and they asked us not to make any changes because some of our requirements are actually more restrictive than what the state's requirements are today.
Yeah, so just take our requirements and put it over the whole PFAs.
Well, that is what they've asked us to hold off on until they get their new requirements in there. I mean, we can explore it again with them and see if they have a change of heart now, but as it stands, that was the last conversation staff had with them about making modifications.
Doesn't make any sense for us to keep paying to convert places that were, like, we just put in 2 developments down around the golf course, okay, that are on septic tanks, and right there at the golf course, we're going to do a septic tank conversion project. This makes, one of those is going to be, probably have to be attached, and it's going to be 50 more houses we're going to have to put on from taxpayer dollars to put on the system. Why don't we just have the systems built properly in the first place?
I can only relay to you what DEP has told me, sir.
That's just, my opinion is that we're wasting taxpayer dollars. Even though they're state taxpayer dollars, are still wasted as part of our taxes also. And it's simply within the PFA where we're going to, at some point in the future, we're going to put these places on sewer. Let's just require them to be on sewer in the beginning. Almost everywhere in the PFA has access to sewage lines because it's going down Alexander Road.
So when they developed the BMAP threshold, they spent, years getting to that point. And so those thresholds that they set for us to achieve included the possibilities that those septic tanks could be there. And so I think, we were told from day one that these are the standards we're imposing from the state for the BMAP, and they're going to continue to monitor that water quality, make sure we're meeting those standards. And I know we just recently, we just had a change that we had to implement, and so there may be more changes coming, but right now, I think it would be overkill. I think it would be above and beyond. Would Would it be cleaner? Maybe, but you're also going to add additional cost to homeowners when right now the price of homes and the price of financing homes is the highest it's been in years and decades, or ever as far as the price of the home goes. So I think it would be overkill.
Well, I'd like to see what DEP says, about it. I mean, DEP spends over $3 billion a year protecting our environment. So I get what Chuck's saying. I brought this up before, but I don't want to go against what DEP's asking us when they're the ones that are funding our projects, and then we don't do what they ask us to do. So I'd like to see, maybe talk to DEP if you can, and see, hey, when are you looking at making these changes, for it, so.
Anything else, Chuck?
That's it.
No concurrency?
Well, I can.
I mean, look, it's 5:22, so we got all night, so. It's on the list. It's on the list. Commissioner Thomas?
None tonight.
None tonight? Commissioner Kemp?
No, ma'am.
None, ma'am.
Oh, my goodness gracious. It's all on me? All right, well, I'll be speedy. So I probably should have asked David this. I kind of had a conversation about it with all of the parking drama that goes on down at the beach at Shell Point, because it's the most beautiful time of the year. So I know this board was not, had any desire with regard to QR codes and Park Mobile, all of those fun things. So I just wanted to make everyone aware, if you're not getting the emails and the phone calls, that it's the most wonderful time of the year. So perhaps we need to look at that again. I'm not asking for a head nod. I'm just saying what's going on.
Did the sheriff's department enforce the parking rules?
They are taught to.
Because that was, our decision was to put in parking, restrict the parking and
I talked to,
There's signs everywhere.
and I'm sure Vicki maybe can go, Captain Mitchell can explain. I talked to Danny the other day. He got with Sheriff Miller. Correct me if I'm wrong, Vicki. There's going to be both days are going to be a full-time deputy down there, from what I understand. School.
Down there during summer.
Peak season. Mm-hmm.
Your complaints are coming from your private roads right now, not necessarily the beach area, but the residents who live on the private roads.
Dockside Road, which is anything beyond the sidewalk, is what I talked to Cody about, is not our property. It's not the right of way. So, is that right, Cody?
I think we all got emails about that HOA parking issue. Can they do a trespass warrant on their property?
The sheriff's office not going to tow off a private property, so.
But the homeowner can.
The homeowner can.
Homeowner can. Okay. But can the HOA, like in common properties, if it's common HOA property, could the HOA president do a trespass someone that's parking there?
I don't know that answer.
I think it has to come from the homeowner of that property, correct?
It's not owned by, it's common land of the association.
Yeah,
Because the problem is dockside.
That property.
yeah.
The problem you run into, even though it's HOA, you're part of HOA, but you invite someone over.
Mm-hmm, that's
So
true.
it has to be each individual homeowner.
That makes sense.
I cannot speak as far as property owner who can come in and out of their roadway.
Unless they're gonna have a meeting and have a vote and everybody agree, right? Yeah, that makes sense.
And the problem was that some of what Ms. Quincy just talking about, they were parking under people's houses, parking in their drives, parking on there. And the way I explained, I talked to 3 or 4 of them, it's your property. You can call a tow truck and have them removed. The sheriff's office will not tow off for private property. Now, if they're parking, I know Danny said they're going to have a full-time person down there. If they're parking, they're not supposed to, they're going to enforce it, make a move. But if it's on private property, that's going to be up to the homeowner who owns the property.
That makes sense.
That's the biggest complaints right now of the last week and Memorial Day weekend, is that the parking was on the private property side
Gotcha.
of the homeowners.
But there will be somebody down there full-time both days for here on out. And I know Cody said, as far as the garbage too, ordered a bigger dumpster too, so that's coming also.
Yeah, so no QR codes tonight. Do I have a motion? Oh, yes, sir? Oh, did you want to say something?
No, I was, but go ahead. Yep. No, good.
Well, I mean, the suspense is killing us. Okay. Do you have a motion to adjourn before David changes his mind?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay. Motion to adjourn. Do I need a second?
Second.
We're adjourned.
We're gonna